Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PtitDrogo and Beastyqt on New Gettysburg, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the Aquamarine Terran player from my insanity. It is Beastyqt. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is PtitDrogo, also from my insanity. So teammates who have played against each other probably a million times, and recently on my channel as well. If you saw that one, I believe it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But regardless, we've seen a match between these guys fairly recently. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'll put in the link in the top right. If you love these guys and you missed it, please go back and watch it. It was a very, very well-fought, hard-fought game from both of these players, and in the end, somebody won. So that's your spoiler. There was a victor here. So Beastyqt looks like he could be going for the Reaper expand. Again, against Protoss, it's very difficult to pull off, just because by the time your Reaper gets there, they have a Mothership Core, they have an Adept or a Stalker, and the ability to photon overcharge you into oblivion, again, based on this pylon placement by PtitDrogo. You want to put them nearby to deal with things like drops and like Reapers. Putting your pylon up here does not help you. Does not help you with Reapers in the tiniest of bits. Alright, so New Gettysburg has these little fun island maps here that people take in the really exciting games. Sometimes they're not taken at all, though, and those games tend to be a little bit more standard, a little less crazy go nuts. So Barrack's going to finish here in just a couple seconds. We'll see what Beastyqt decides to do. Is it QT or Cutie? I don't know. He does make a Reaper. Alright, man. You have some hopeful aims here. So Reaper on the way. His name is Jimdog. Jimdog was a small man who thought he'd look cool in his veteran uncle's Reaper suit. Wow, he lived long enough to retire and he was a Reaper? So he went into the barracks and tried to put it on, and he did indeed look quite a bit taller. Unfortunately, the commander walked in, saw him, and thinking he was his respected uncle, sent him into the field. Oh no, Jimdog. Oh no. You have no training, you just put the suit on, and now you're going to go to try kill Protoss? Oh boy. Here we go. Man, that looks good. Those yellow stars, the StarCraft stars on the shoulders with the kind of aquamarine bluish-greenish color there. Looks nice. Jimdog, you do cut a dashing figure, even if you are likely going to die here. Yep, Adept on the way. Mothership Core? No Mothership Core, but still, Adept's pretty good at taking down these Reapers. So Jimdog, you know what your mission is. Kill probes. I mean, you could just go home, I suppose, if you wanted, but why don't you try to kill some probes as long as you're here? Juking the Adept, and no Mothership Core here yet. Actually might get a probe, gets a probe kill before taking a shot to the back by that Adept, and another attack. No, takes three shots to kill a Reaper, but not today. He is still alive. Jimdog has killed a probe, and he has probably earned a lot of respect in the eyes of his uncle. Was it uncle? Yeah, uncle's Reaper suit. Still no Mothership Core? This is really weird. PtitDrogo usually gets a Mothership Core by this point, but apparently today he does not feel that it is the most important thing on his list of things to do. Oh, you're going to die. Jimdog, no! Blah! Gets exploded there. Alright, Jimdog. You know what? One probe kill for somebody with no training is probably pretty fantastic. You are a hero among men. Double Widowmine from Beastyqt. Is he going to try to mech this thing? He very well could. He's still using the barracks, though. If this was mech, he probably would have floated this off for scouting. He is moving into Cloaked Banshee, though. So Beastyqt, I'm going to call him that from now on. Beastyqt is going for Cloaked Banshee. Hellions here, trying to get up this ramp, sneaking right past the Adepts. Adepts do extra damage versus Hellions as they are light. But trying to roast, getting a couple free drone kills there, probe kills there. Actually, probes fighting for their lives as well. One of them ends up getting killed. Another roast for... 4 more probe kills. Beastyqt trying to keep that worker count down, and so far it's working. It's 31 to 30 harvesters. PtitDrogo has a lead, but it's not extensive, and he has murdered 5 probes to this point. So great job by Beastyqt. Oh, nope, the barracks is still there. How did I miss that? I don't know. Either way, Cloak Banshee on the way, and I think, I don't know, 2 Hellions probably isn't enough to tell PtitDrogo that it's going to be a meching style from Beastyqt, but regardless, I think PtitDrogo is just going for the Warp Prism, Resonating Glaives, Adept, warp in as many Adepts as possible into the main base of your opponent and try to murder them that way. It's a very standard build. It is very safe. It does win games. And if you don't win, at least it's exciting for the most part. Banshee scouting out Warp Prism, who scouts out the Banshee. Both players knowing exactly what is coming their way, meeting in the middle there. The timings are so odd sometimes. So what do? You warp in a couple Stalkers. Great job. Warping in a couple Stalkers here in the main base, but it's a Cloak Banshee. Do you have a robotics facility? You do. You do have a robotics facility and an observer. Okay. Hellions trying to sneak on in here to the natural base while the Banshee sneaks in the back door. But Adept's dropping. Oh, Adept's dropping in the main base of Beastyqt. He is losing a lot of stuff. Did the Photon overcharge take down that Banshee super fast? No, it's still here. It is still here, and it is cloaked. It is cloaked for the next several seconds anyway. Don't get in range of the Photon overcharge. What are you doing? No! No, Beastyqt, no. Cloak Banshee trying to save the day. Cyclones here trying to do it as well against the Adepts, but it's just there are too many. There are too many Adepts. SCVs forced to fight for their lives at the same time. Lot of dead workers here, though. There's the transfer away from that surround. Cyclone does have a kill, and actually picking up the remaining Adepts is this Warp Prism and trying to wreak more havoc upon the Terran player this way. PtitDrogo doing it and doing it well. There's a Viking shooting shots at that Warp Prism. Adepts, again, just going to town on this SCV count. 18 dead SCVs to this point. Beautiful stuff from PtitDrogo. And then warping back over here into the main base. Good use of that warp ability. Nothing mining from this main base whatsoever for Beastyqt. Walking over this way. Viking trying to land and lend some DPS as well. Hellions rocking at the same time here. Adepts just refusing to die, and finally they do. Finally they do. Some Stalkers coming in from PtitDrogo at the same time. 22 SCVs murdered. It's 34-29 though. Beastyqt is not that far behind. Surprisingly, third base established by Beastyqt, but I mean, we have Stalkers, we have Adepts from PtitDrogo. There is a handful of units here. There's a Cyclone, Banshee, 3 Hellions. I don't know if it's going to be enough. PtitDrogo's army looks very intimidating right now. Viking really wants to kill that Warp Prism. Can't do it. The Stalkers keep focusing it. Focusing that Viking. Another huge warping of Adepts. SCVs again forced to fight off the line here. Cloak Banshee has 7 kills, trying to rack them up, but so many SCVs are dying here. Can Beastyqt hold on for his visions? No! No, Beastyqt calls the GG. PtitDrogo is victorious, and Protoss gets our victory today. Oh, Beastyqt trying to do that thing, trying to do the mech, trying to get the early Banshee harass and the Hellion harass and the Reaper harass, and did a pretty good job. I mean, he killed 12 probes. It was just, he didn't have enough to defend against the mass Adept warping that PtitDrogo managed to do. So that was the weakness of this build. PtitDrogo knew exactly what he was doing and got the win. So surprise twofer! Surprise twofer. Today we're going to do another match between PtitDrogo and Beastyqt here, coming up in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our sneaky twofer between Marine Lord and PtitDrogo on Galactic Process, the latter edition. Okay, I know it's not Beastyqt. I thought I had one more game of these between Beastyqt and PtitDrogo, but no. I have Marine Lord versus PtitDrogo. And let's get right ahead into it. In the bottom left side of this map, Galactic Process, we have the red Terran player. It is Marine Lord from Team Millennium, replacing his fellow Terran Beastyqt. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player having won game number 1 of this twofer. It is PtitDrogo from My Insanity. All right, so a TVP for our twofer TVP-ing. I was going to say twofer penis, but that wasn't going to sound great, and then I said it anyway. So again, a TVP. We do see that little 2-base Warp Prism Mass Adept thing work quite often from Protoss. It's just to get resonating glaives. They do a lot of work against, a lot of damage against workers. They cause a ton of problems with their trans-warp ability, and that Terrans just hate it. I'm sure they just hate it with all of their heart. That's the production tab I wanted up, not units lost. That's no use to us right now. Not at all. So Gateway, Barracks, Worker from both of these dudes. Playing it close to the chest here is PtitDrogo. And again, looks like we're going to see a Reaper expand out of Marine Lord, but difficult to pull off, as it turns out, as we have seen from time to time. And we'll see if Marine Lord goes for this thing. It is. It's going to be a Reaper opening. Okay, so he's going to try to make this thing work against his opponent, PtitDrogo. Again, Adepts, Mothership Cores, and Stalkers are all very good against early Reapers, and it's just not as good as it is against Zerg, or even really in TVT. So Marine Lord is expanding behind this on top of this giant glowy green thing, making his command center little thing look kind of green. Probe scouts it out. It recognizes there is a Reaper coming here. Cybernetics core about 60-70% complete. And Reaper's going to get on out. So, here we are. This Reaper's name is Reaper. Just Reaper. After getting tired of just pressing the Q button in Overwatch for so many years, he decided to grab 2 Gauss pistols, put on a Reaper suit, go to the Kaprulu sector, and try to destroy Protoss with his edginess. Hey, it's an Overwatch reference. Again, a game I haven't played a single second of, but is hugely popular for Blizzard right now. I mean, the Overwatch subs are super busy on Reddit. Gaming, our gaming gets a lot of Overwatch talk as well. That's pretty much how I judge how popular a game is. But either way, Reaper is going to play base defense. His edginess was not enough. To kill Protoss probes, and he knew what was up. He knew the score, right? I mean, at this point, what do we have out right now? We have an adept patrolling back and forth, just absolutely ready to rock against this Reaper, doing extra damage for him. Reaper going for the delayed push. All right, delayed push from Reaper here. I suppose it is a bit of a mind game to allow PtitDrogo to think, right? To think that the Reaper should have arrived. Maybe that was a Marine I saw coming out of that barracks and not a Reaper at all. And then maybe PtitDrogo lets down his guard, and Reaper actually gets some stuff done. So hopping up, he's going to get a probe kill. Holy, oh, could have got a probe kill, but he second thought himself, and now the mothership core is here. Oh, Reaper just do. Stargate opening from PtitDrogo. Warp gate research on the way from the Protoss as well. And already starting medevac production is Marine Lord back home. Checking for a third Nexus. Not seeing one in any of the likely places is Marine Lord's Reaper here. Going to sneak up along this backside, but there's an adept in the natural. And Reaper's not really finding many openings, as it turns out. There are now 2 adepts out. Just, it hurts. It hurts right here. What is this ninja stuff? Oh, it's a ninja Stargate. I assumed it was in the main base. Nope, ninja Stargate from PtitDrogo with oracles. Going to try to sneak on down and murder stuff in the natural base of Marine Lord. He does have Marines ready to go. He's got Widow Mines as well. Did he just burrow one somewhere? Maybe? No, I think that was maybe just scuttling. I don't know. Oh, here's the Oracle getting 3 SCV kills immediately. Everybody running for their lives. Unload. I don't know what is happening here. Why? Marine Lord, unload your... Oh, that's an SCV and a tank. That's not useful at all. Actually, moving out with the Marines and the Widow Mines. Oracle's left to his own devices. 9 kills on that dude. 9 kills, 8 dead SCVs, and a what? And a Marine. Wow. Sneaky stuff from PtitDrogo. Moving out in revenge is Marine Lord, trying to sneak up here into the natural base of PtitDrogo. He's got Marines, he's got a Widow Mine, he has a tank, he has a couple SCVs, and he has a medevac. He's going to throw down a missile turret at the front line as well. This is very Beyond-esque, actually. Tank getting some big-time splashes down, killing the SCV, building the missile turret, though. That was nice. That was a nice pickup. Trying to stay out of range of that pylon in case of photon overcharge and murder it with a siege tank at the same time. Adepts trying to come in and do this thing. Missile turret does actually finish. There's nothing for it to hit. Adepts doing lots of work. SCVs, or not SCVs. SCVs fighting for their lives. Probes too, though. And look at that. PtitDrogo breaks that thing super well. A void right here in the natural base for PtitDrogo. A Liberator and a couple of Marines and a missile turret enough to chase that away. But PtitDrogo also broke out of his front door at the same time. So Widow Mine has 8 kills. Are you kidding? How do you have 8 kills? 8 probes. It must have killed all the probes that came to attack. That's insane. All right, that was good. So coming all the way back home is Marine Lord. It's 32 to 37 Harvesters. Protoss has a nice lead, but Marine Lord is aware of this Stargate opening and knows exactly what he has to do. Missile turrets and Marines. He should be ready for any further shenanigans from PtitDrogo, but the Oracle couldn't try to sneak in here anyway. There is a missile turret in the main base, and there's a Viking out now as well. Revelation tossed down. Oracle knows his time is up. He's flying away. Or are those female Protoss pilots? I forget. PtitDrogo does knock down the debris, allowing him an additional attack path along this left side up into the natural base of Marine Lord. There's a tank here. There's a Liberator here. More covering the normal paths to get in. Not worried about that back door, which could be a giant problem, actually. Widow Mine has 15 kills now. Sitting here in the natural mineral line of PtitDrogo, just wrecking fools. 4 probe kills right there. Here come the Adepts. Here come the Void Rays and the Stalkers. Trying to do everything they can. Trying to repair that missile turret. No, dude, almost killing one of the Void Rays. Not quite able to do it. Adepts on top of everything. Tanks trying to splash from distance. Liberator setting up Defender Mode Circle, but actually gets murdered by the Void Rays before anything else can happen. Marines here to clean everything else up. The Sentry dies. Only 4 SCVs died in that attack. I am incredibly shocked that it was only 4. That's absolutely insane. Pylon finally takes out the Widow Mine. Still 15 probes killed. It's 37 to 38 Harvesters. These These dudes are playing hard right now. Super, super hard. Double pumping Marines, getting tanks, getting more Vikings is PtitDrogo. Again, the answer to pretty much everything in the sky that Protoss can make is Vikings. Seriously, good against Oracles, good against Void Rays, good against Carriers, Tempest. That's what you want to do. 2 Oracles sneaking it inside the main base here. And guess what? Vikings really good in this situation. Missile turret getting some shots off as well. Can they kill one of the Oracles? No. Nope. Did get a couple free SCV kills there flying around. Good swing around there by the Oracles. But again, the anti-air capabilities of Marine Lord are fantastic. 3rd Nexus. Warping in from PtitDrogo at the traditional 3rd base location on this map. Zealot legs coming up for PtitDrogo, and also getting Templar Archives, so possibly for Storm, making a bit of a tech switch away from the Sky Tossy stuff into Zealots and Storm. Or I guess just Archons. Those are the other things that he can make with the Templar Archives. Oracle's coming in the main base once again, trying to kill a couple SCVs. They do. They kill 3 SCVs that were just constructing things. And Missile Turret takes out one of the Oracles, the other one running for its life. Vikings really want to murder it, but no, too fast. Too fast is this Oracle. 5.6 move speed, and Vikings have a move speed of something else entirely. Where did you go, Vikings? Did I lose you? They were here. There they are. Wow, I just missed them entirely. Move speed 3.85. So yeah, Oracle's a lot faster. Lot faster here. Pushing out is Marine Lord. He's got Marines. He's got tanks. He has Vikings. Viking shots on the Oracles. There it is. Another volley, almost able to kill it, but Revelation does show PtitDrogo exactly where this army is, taking a 3rd base here as Marine Lord as well while he's attacking. Excellent, excellent decision. Void Ray, Archon Void Ray trying to take down this Destructible, marching right up this natural ramp though as Marine Lord like he owns the joint. And yes, tanks sieging up. Marines trying to take out what they can. Vikings really want to kill that Void Ray. Yes, they're getting shot at from below, but they get the Void Ray. That's what you expected to see here. Marines versus Archons. Pretty good, assuming the Marines aren't getting directly hit, and they are getting directly hit right here. Unfortunately for them, Archon ends up with 9 kills. Wow, 9 kills there. Stalkers, can they get the remaining? No, they cannot. Using, oh, okay. So actually using Vikings in landed mode against these light mechanical probes. Extra damage versus mechanical. That is something in the current version of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. So nice job getting the Vikings to take down the Void Ray, and then landing and killing probes while everything else was happening once they'd pretty much used up their usefulness. So 18 SCVs killed, 22 probes have lost their lives. It's 52 to 58 Harvesters. Marine Lord has a nice lead at the moment. Liberators sneaking up this side to the 3rd base to see what they can murder. And the answer is a really undefended 3rd. If you must know, do they have the upgrade for their defender mode circles? They do not. They do not. Haven't seen that for a while, actually. Good reaction time by PtitDrogo. Beautiful reaction time. Time to go. Time to go, Marine Lord. He knows that you're here. Get out. Get out. Run. Stalkers going to try to find an angle, and they do not find an angle wherein they can attack without getting hit, but they take the Stalker losses and get murdered anyway. Oh, Liberator gets exploded. Too bad indeed. Where the heck did probes die? What did I miss here? Widowmine? No. Maybe this Widowmine. No. Alright, whatever. Widowmines are set up in places for potential 4th base for Marine Lord. Oracle has no kills, just throwing down Revelation on everything that he wants to. And again, we still have the Stargate and the Warp Gate here on the left side of the map. I don't think Marine Lord knows these exist. He does not. He has no idea that they are there. More Archons. Immortals coming in for PtitDrogo. The tech switch has been wonderful from our Protossy player. Dun, 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 dun. 66 to 60 total workers. Command center on the way here for Marine Lord. He is making a 4th base of his own. And yeah, 4th base here for PtitDrogo. Widowmine trying to burrow in, but oh, Observer sees it. Observer sees it very well. Stalkers killing it from range. Thank you for playing, Widowmine. You are now dead. So scans, sees what the army is. Marine Lord recognizes the number of Archons here. Ghosts would be a good choice, but he's actually going Hellbat, Tank, Thor. He's kind of tech switching into mech here. How did I miss that? This army is definitely incredibly mechy. A fantastic revelation by PtitDrogo once again, moving up with tanks, Hellbats, Liberators, and a Thor as well. I guess that's just in production. It's not quite out on the field yet. There it is. There it is, hoofing on out. Here's our battle, setting up tanks, getting splash against those Stalkers. Stalkers in a terrible position right now with this many tanks on the field. Archons also not that great. against mech. Their bonus damage versus biological does not help them much here. I guess Hellbats, yes, but otherwise, no. Tanks sieging this fourth. PtitDrogo just completely giving up right now. Upgrades completing everywhere for Marine Lord right now, right along that right side. He does now have +1/+1 for his ground mech and +1 armor for his air mech. The fourth is completely under siege right now. In production are Immortals. Immortals is pretty much what PtitDrogo needs. He needs Archons to get through the Hellbats and then Immortals to get through the tanks, but Liberator is a big problem as well. He doesn't have enough Stalkers to do this, as it turns out. Coming right on in here from the high ground as well, and from the back. Archons everywhere. Great concave out of PtitDrogo, but not enough for that bottom side. Stalkers, Immortals at the front, tearing through these tanks. Reinforcing units from the back coming on, forcing PtitDrogo to retreat there and maybe just completely give up on the fourth base. It's very close regardless. Stalkers want to kill that Liberator. Can they get it? No, they thought, yes, he does get it. I think he thought he got it with reverse volley, but he didn't. Thor here. Thor has 9 kills. What? 9 kills. Tanks thrown down from range, and that is it. PtitDrogo leaves the game. Marine Lord is victorious, and Terran gets the win in game 2 of our sneaky twofer. Fantastic job there from Marine Lord. The tech switch, I think, maybe got PtitDrogo a little bit by surprise there. When you see a lot of Marines and tanks, you think that's where your opponent is going, but he switches over into a lot of tanks. And a Thor, again, with 9 kills on that Thor. Liberators mixed in as well. Just beautiful, beautiful move by Marine Lord, making that mech work in a surprising situation, right? I mean, it was not exactly what he went through from the beginning, but maybe that's how you have to do it. Open up bio, then tech switch into mech into the mid game and the late game, and you're going to have more success. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more of it, to be honest. So, all right, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void twofer. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.